Hey, Kate Delany here of South Jersey Progressive Democrats. So I've been talking a lot about the Camden County primary, which obviously I'm really excited about. I'm running column 1 for county commissioner with my friend and fellow good government advocate, Sam Sweet, and we are running with a whole crew of fantastic candidates in 4 municipalities in Cherry Hill, Collingswood, Merchantville, and Runnymede. So lots of great folks on the ballot in column 1 in Camden County. But today, I also want to shine a light on another election that I'm really excited about that's happening here in South Jersey. And that is my friend Irvin Moreno-Rodriguez, who is running for city council in Pleasantville. If you've never been to Pleasantville or you're not really familiar with Atlantic County, Pleasantville is a town slightly bigger than the town I live in, Collingswood. Pleasantville is about 20,000 people, an EJ community, so they've been battling a lot of environmental issues. And Irvin is running for city council in this town. It's right next to Atlantic City and home to a big immigrant population. So Irvin and I first met when Bernhardt Capital, a private equity firm, rolled into town, literally in a car with a driver, trying to buy up or lease the city's sewer system. And the deal was going to be a terrible deal that was going to really raise the rates for residents, would involve, maximum enforcement of tax liens. So there was a possibility that people in Pleasantville were going to lose their homes over these really high sewer bills that were going to come their way if this private equity firm could use this EJ community to just make themselves a lot of money. So this is when I first started organizing with Irvin and got to really see him in action. Actually, the very first time that I met Irvin, he was working with his brother Christian. Irvin and Christian together run a group called El Pueblo Unido AC, which works on immigrant rights and making sure that immigrants and undocumented folks are fully engaged in the community and that their rights are protected. So the first time we met down in Pleasantville, he and Christian were holding a rally and a vigil for a teen in their community that had disappeared and later was found dead, and they were trying to get justice for this teen. So obviously a very emotionally charged event, but I was just blown away by how effective Irvin was as a public speaker at that event, how he managed to kind of take the pathos that was in that crowd and utilize it, right? That there was both, a demand for justice, people, making sure that they were heard and that their city officials, knew what they wanted to see happen, but also there was just community building, right? People were passing around food. It was an amazing event, and for me, it just was clear, here is someone who is an amazing leader. So Irvin is now, like I said, running for Pleasantville City Council, running in column B down in Pleasantville. And if I had to summarize what I admire about Irvin, or 2 words that for me really represent who he is and why I think he is a great leader and would be a great official, those words would be authentic and fair. And the older I get, the more I realize that these are 2 qualities that I really prize in people. So certainly by authentic, right, Irvin shows up as who he is, right? He speaks from his lived experience. He speaks from his heart. He's not playing any games, representing any, behind the scene deals. And he is just, will tell you who he is. He's a straight shooter and really will just be very honest with people. And fair, right? So, when we were working together to oppose this privatization deal, obviously, right, in campaigns, right, tempers flare, people are eager to maybe engage in mudslinging, right? There's some happening of that in Camden County. But Irvin is someone to always rise above the fray. He is someone to always, hear people out. And, just, again, this was really clear to me that he's interested in hearing different perspectives. He's interested in, telling his own story authentically. So again, I think it just would be a fantastic leader for Pleasantville, really shows up and does the work, really connected to the community, really invested in making sure that, people that are, marginalized are not, at the fray, but are really, that they can speak up, that they can be heard. So if you are in Pleasantville, I hope that you will vote column B and that you will support Irvin. And if you're not in Atlantic County, I will drop the link to support his campaign, to donate. Those of you who have been on our recent monthly calls probably had a chance to hear from Irvin. He's, you know, just again, very unassuming, very modest. And, you know, he might not always be the first to ask for the support that he definitely deserves. So if you're not in Atlanta County, you can give him some support. That would be fantastic. And if you are in Pleasantville, again, please support Irvin Moreno-Rodriguez for Pleasantville City Council and Column B. Thanks.